Hello and welcome back to SMT3. So, we are at a little bit of a puzzle. We know that in the next room we are going to face the three fates, the Moray sisters. And we know roughly what order they're in. We know the one on the right is the youngest, the one in the middle is the second oldest, and the one on the left is the oldest. We don't really know too much else. So, I'm going to check with this little guy over here and I'm going to see what he has to say for us. Hello. The Moray sisters. Clotho is the spinner. What was Lachesis? Atropos is the inevitable. Okay. So, if Atropos is the inevitable, I assume that she's last. So maybe I need to go Clotho, Lachesis, Atropos? So that'd be right, left, middle, I think? One spins the thread, the last one cuts it. What goes in the middle? Okay, I think I want to go right, left, middle? One spins the thread, one cuts it, one measures it, I think it is. Yeah, we think we've got spin, cut, measure. I'm not entirely sure that helps us too much. Maybe this person will help us. I understand the clues. I understand that there are clues. I just don't understand what the clues are. If that makes sense. But anyway, that's fine. We'll keep going. Okay, over here. The Moray sisters are waiting on the floor above. I hope you enjoy being tortured to death. I mean, that's not really a clue. That's more just a horrible thing to say. Right, let's go. So I think we want to go right, left, middle. That's my plan. So let's try it. Examine. What happens if we fall here? There's nowhere to fall to, right? Let me just check something. As if you deliberately Oh, I can't change the camera angle. I guess that you would just fall to a previous floor entirely? Maybe. Anyway. I think we go middle then right. I think this is the correct move. Because this gives us Clotho, and Clotho spins. So spin is first.
So, have you figured out how the puzzle works?
Not at all.
I am Clotho, the youngest of the Moray sisters.
Okay.
I shall wind the thread of your life.
Okay. We'll try it. Do we need Warcry for her? I don't believe this one needed Warcry. I could be wrong. I think I might have used it anyway. Zanma should be fine. So Warcry, Zanma. I think she does have an insta-kill move. I hate that. So now we have to use Tetraja. She tries to use Marin Karen a lot.
Elegant.
Yeah, okay. So definitely did need the Tetraja and do need the Warcry. Okay, Warcry. Cool. Attack. Adjudine? Hate that. Okay. That's fine. Less fine. Acting strange, I'll take it. Just attack? I think, yeah, maybe this one you just attack. You don't even bother using your MP for moves. Yeah, and then she starts healing every second turn, and that's fine. Yeah, okay, we're fine. Let's just try this. I actually just had a thought. We might be immune to light attacks anyway. I don't think I need to use Tetraja on her. I think we might just be immune. That's just not on. Okay. She uses big heal. Doesn't matter. Okay. Attack. And then heal. Cool. She uses big heal. Then she tries to kill us, which doesn't work. Okay. And again. And that seems to be fine. Okay. She uses big heal. Marin Karen. Okay. Fine, it missed. This one's actually fairly easy to fight. Okay, she uses heal. Again, no issues. That's annoying, but hey, what can you do? Acting strange, love it. It's not a bad roll. No crits yet. And then she runs away. Cool. No issue. So now I think I go left. The thing I wanted to check was you're immune to light, you're immune to light, you repel light, and you repel light. I do not need to use a Tetrasha against her. Okay, we're immune to light attacks. We do need to use it against some of her family members, but that's okay. I actually wanted to raise my MP, which unfortunately you can't do with Valkyrie. We could do it if we'd saved the one that gave us MP back. This is fine because... yeah, this is fine. Resetting the puzzle is fine, I think. I don't think you can do it in one go, unless I'm crazy. Because there's no way that you can get that 2 to equal 4 without stepping on 2 twice. Yeah. Right, let's go left. I think left is right. That's not... I said that weird. I think this should be Lachesis. Is that right? Atropos. Oh no. So this is the wrong one.
Have you said your prayers?
Okay, so I think it should be right, middle, then left. Okay. Let's just kill her anyway. Yeah, Mabafula. She's gonna kill us fairly quickly. And another attack, don't forget. Oh, we have 1 death. Okay. And... oh, it's a block. Okay. There's a theory that we could actually win this still if we crit. We didn't, so that's fine. I'm happy to let it wipe. We might still be able to win with 4 crits. Well. There we go. That's fine. I think it's right, middle, left. Yeah, I think that's the correct order. Okay. Right, middle, left. Just trying to ingrain it in my mind as the correct thing to do. Okay, because then I'm killing them in the order that that guy said. So therefore that sounds like it should be correct, right? You know, just do what the guy tells you. It's a pretty good puzzle strategy. Hey, we made it up there without a single encounter as well. Nice. Okay. Yes. Okay, we should have disabled encounters now. So. Step. Head this way. I think she says, have you worked out the puzzle? Because she's hinting that you've got it right. She's kind of going, yeah, have you worked out the puzzle? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Because this is the solution. You know, you've chosen the right first path. Yeah, I think that's what she's doing.
I am Clotho. I shall...
she's saying that you've chosen the right first one, so therefore you're good to go. Okay. War Cry is necessary. We worked that out last time. We don't need to use Tetrasha, so now we just attack and we win. And this is probably the easiest one we could possibly do. Just keep attacking. See, we already block and repel. And that's why it pops up block on her, because we're repelling the light attack. Ah, I was wondering why it was doing that. And I was like, I don't know, maybe I'm just imagining things. No, that's what it's been doing. That's annoying. Although that was a crit and it barely even, like, got to half. So I think we might just be able to carry on. Right, attack. Nice crit. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, that was really good. Straight down into the second highest power. Okay, we need to heal him now. I should have done it on the first character. I was really hoping we got a crit. Oh well, let's do that. Okay, she uses heal, and then... perfect. Absolutely perfect. Right, now we just keep attacking. So, attack. And Another crit would do it by anyone. Nope. Okay. I think it's going to be this turn. Just as a guess, I think it's going to be this turn that she runs away. Yes. Okay. So she runs away. That's fine. Now we just need to heal, which is no problem. Valkyrie. Cool. Now we need a little bit more MP on these two. Right. Go back out to the start. Yes. Oh, there's a bit you can drop down to. I see, that's what happens if you fall. You drop down into the drop down bit. Okay. Reset it. Now I want to go for the center. So if I'm going center, what do I want to do? I want to go... Let's figure this out. 3, 2, 1, 2. So that's 3, 5, 6. Yes, okay, so I want to start here. So we go 3, 2, 1, 2.
I will not allow you past here.
Okay.
I am Lachesis, the second of the Moire sisters. I measure the length of life. Your thread is reaching its end.
Okay, well, she's number 2, which is what I was hoping. Ah, she's buff debuffer. I remember now. Well, let's start by just reducing her damage. It's just a very good first move. It's like, I'll just reduce everything you're doing to me. Remove the negative effects. Apply Tetraja, although I don't think she actually had anything that used it, but that's okay. Or anything that triggered it, and then raise defense. Okay, so we need to use magic. She raised her physical attack. She's a -1, that's okay. I should pass, or use focus. I'm gonna use focus. That's okay. Right. Next step. Let's do Zanma. Nice. Ashidine. Missed. That's kind of annoying. Okay, it's the same thing again. Bit annoying. I guess we'll heal. Okay. Zanma. I hate it. Maybe I should be using Fog Breath on these guys, but I don't have the MP anymore. Please stop. Okay, I guess we'll heal again. I was gonna say I don't really want to be the one healing, but I was thinking, who else is gonna do it? It should be us. Adjadine. Okay. And then Zionga. Yeah. Cool. Please stop. The same one every time. Just a quick Lifestone. Luckily, Lifestone's percentage health healing, so that's fine for us. Follow this up with an Adjadine. I love it when it hits. Lots of damage. Zionga. Okay, we want to use physical now. Perfect. Hit him. Nice. That's fine. Okay. I can't hit, so I have to pass, I think. Zanma. Okay, at least it gets to the final people. Adjadine. And then heal, I think, is our move here. So it uses Tarukaja again, just to spite me. Lowers our defenses, I can remove that. Okay. Focus. That's fine. Dekunda. Not that that should actually affect us, because I think we're on neutral. I think that was a waste of a turn. Agidine. Okay. Then... Dikaja. That will lower her attack and defense. Lowers our defense. Lowers our defense another one. Now we want to be removing it. Okay. But now I can hit her for full damage. That was an amazing crit. Okay. Just hit her. Don't waste your MP. Hit her. Hit her. Okay, so she disappears as number 2. That's fine. So now we're after the last one. Now, is there a way to trigger it without walking back? I don't believe that there is. Okay, so we want to... Well, let me work this out. So it would have to be 4. No, there's no way of triggering it. Okay, let's walk out. Yes. We're then gonna use the Great Chakra to heal her, or to get our MP back. And now we will take the final fight. Which is walk left and straight forward. So, if I've got this right, this will be the final fight. If I've got this wrong, I have absolutely no idea what the puzzle was and will probably reload. We'll see.
You again.
Okay.
Have you said your prayers? I will cut off any attachments you have to this world.
Okay. Let's see here. I think we start with a war cry. I had another consideration in my head, right? I was thinking, what if this is a little bit of a trick one? And you don't need to get it to 4, 8, 4. You need to get it to 4, 8, and then 12. So as in, you need to get it to a -4 on the other side. So it's like the times of the day. It's like halfway through the day, fully through the day, end of the day. Maybe that's what you're meant to do. I don't know. Anyway, we'll think about it. I don't think you have anything to... I think I'm going to pass on my first turn here. I don't want to miss. Alright, Tetraja, I think, is a requirement. And then I think raising our defense is pretty worthwhile. And then I think I'm also going to go for a Fog Breath. Just fully set up. Alright, we're ready. Nice, we got a block. So, next step. Focus. Use Zanma. Okay. Agidine. Might be unnecessary to use the MP for that, but anyway. And then raise our defense one more tick. Might actually be able to go all the way in on this. I might try just raising our defense even higher. My logic behind that is that it might make him have to waste a turn removing it anyway, at which point it becomes worth it. So I've already used focus, right? Yeah. Well, I should attack then. Cool. Attack. Nice crit. Okay. Attack. I think I'm going to raise our defense again. And then I'm going to heal here. Yeah, I think that's the better plan. That's a block. It's only doing 68 damage now. I do need to heal with our final one, but that's okay. Focus. Attack. Attack. Heal. Nice. Okay. Actually perfect. Attack. Attack. I guess I should always basic attack because it's a chance for crit. Raise our defense again. So now we're at 4 defense. Yeah, we dodged and it barely does any damage now. That's perfect. Okay, focus. And now we just attack. For the hope that we get a crit. Okay. That's fine. Nice crit. And then it flees. Ah. So I don't know what the puzzle is. Well, that's a reload. Okay. I'm starting to think that killing them at the right time of day might be correct. Yeah, maybe. Let me hear what you say again. Cloth was the spinner. Inevitable. One spins the thread, the last one cuts it. What goes in the middle? Well, the measure. Wait. What goes in the middle? One spins the thread, the last one cuts it. I don't get the puzzle. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. I think I'm gonna look it up and see if I'm right. Okay, so I decided to go and look up the answer to the puzzle just to see whether I was missing anything, and I was missing an incredibly obvious thing. You can in fact fight them all in one cycle, which makes it a lot more obvious as to what you're meant to be doing. I was thinking that fighting them in one cycle wasn't possible, but there is a combination of steps that you can do to make it possible. So, that's what we're gonna do. We have shown we can beat them in one cycle. The only problem was the puzzle itself. So, then, yeah, it's alright. I wasn't really getting it from the clues, but I think the game kind of assumed that you might have been able to work it out. You know, it left you enough of a hint, I think, in their eyes. Anyway, so what we do is we start the way that we started before. So you go up, then you go right, and then you go left. And that lets you fight Clotho, which makes sense, right? Because basically, they're the youngest, and they also tease you by saying, do you know what the puzzle is? So, that makes a lot of sense. So, first thing with Clotho, wait, do we Warcry on Clotho? No, we don't want Warcry on Clotho, do we? No, I think we do. We do. Let's do it anyway, even if we don't. But then we just attack. Yeah. Yeah, we do it because Clotho can still basic attack. That's it. Oh, and we can hit each other. Really? You're gonna try and apply it to the same person twice? I do have Discharms. I should just use them, right? Yeah, I mean, that's why I bought them. If I don't think it's worth using, I should just not buy them. Right, attack, and attack. There's Dia, and then Mahama. No, Marin Karen. If it hits us, I'm afraid we are going to hit people because we can't discharm ourselves, but that's okay. And attack. Now it uses second level heal, tries to instant kill us. No, uses this again. Okay, fine. It doesn't try to instant kill us yet. Interesting. And now, there's another heal. That's fine. That's less fine, but you know, it basically just means we wasted a turn. Still fine. And I think it's another round after this. Yeah, I think after this round will be good. Okay, tried for the instant kill, didn't work because, well, it doesn't. And, oh, there's a crit, so yeah, it's definitely this round. With another crit as well? Yeah, it's gotta be. Okay, so Tlotho runs away, and it's one of the easiest fights you could ever possibly imagine. Right. So, kill Tlotho. Then, we get Pazuzu to heal us up. We barely used any MP, which is nice. Chakra drop here, just to get us back up to where we should be. Then, let me just see what it says. So, for the exact movements, once the battle ends, go down, left, right, left, then up. So, down. Left. You know what? This does actually add up to 8. Cool. I was a little bit dubious, but that's fine. And then up. Yeah, we get the same dialogue, but it is the... yeah, same dialogue, but it is the right fight. Okay, Rakunda. This is buff and debuff. That's fine. Let's start with a war cry. Pass. I don't think you used any, but I'm gonna apply it again in case you have one that we haven't seen, but I don't think you do. Then we're gonna raise our defense, which puts us back up to 0. Or we could lower... yeah, actually, I'm gonna lower your defense instead. Then we're gonna use Fog Breath. Okay. Magic Reflecting's fine. Nice dodge. Okay. So now we want to use Focus. Set ourselves up. I kind of want to pass, but I could also use this turn to remove these. So I might pass on the third one. Yeah, if I pass here, I think we're fine. So pass. Raise our defense. Then attack. Cool. Our defense is now 0. Okay. I did it incorrectly there, but that's fine. Think we're still okay. As long as you don't then attack Okuno Ninushi. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll just remove that. Let's use Focus. So Focus. Dekunda. We're now at 0. Unless, of course, they're counted separately, but I believe we're at 0. Because what it could be doing is, instead of raising our attack, it could be adding 1 to a counter of Kaja and Kunda. So, and it could be a bit like, okay, so you've had 3 defense ups and 2 defense downs, and that puts you at 1. And if you remove the defense downs, then it puts you at a different level, rather than it just removing... What I'm assuming is that if you're in a negative, that's effectively what it's doing, is it's putting you back up to 0, and it's the opposite way round. If you're in a positive, it puts you back down to 0. It could just be removing the negatives and leaving the positives that you previously applied. That was not explainable by me.
Yeah.
Okay. I could raise our defense again. Yeah, sure. Let's raise our defense. That's fine. Petricorn's annoying, but okay. Nice dodge. Alright, pass. Zanma. Anchidine. Zionga. Pass. Zanma. Let's see what we're doing now. Tower Kaja. Raise your physical attack. Okay. Not that impressive. We could remove it if we want to. Already in effect. Perfect. Attack. Okay. Attack. Attack. Heal. Nice. And that's the last turn. Fair enough. Okay. So now we've done that, what we want to do is we want to go left. Once this battle ends, you go left, right, then left. Which, as you can see, adds up to 4. Which, you know, again, makes a lot of sense. Can I get away with not using a Great Chakra? I think I can, yeah, I think I can use the Soma Droplets. Yeah, and we can just about get away with it. Cool. So left. Right. left. And then this gives us a Tropus.
Have you said your prayer?
So, with a Tropus, we can just raise our defense. I think we realized, right? So, War Cry, Pass, Tetraja, raise defense, then I guess Fog Breath? Yeah. So completely set up. That's okay. Right, we're okay. Focus. Attack. Attack. Raise defense. So, that's fine. Okay, we need a little heal at the end of this one. Attack. Attack. Pass. Just so that we guaranteed get the heal, which we would have probably done anyway, but felt it was worth doing. Focus. Okay. That's blocked, so we're happy. Alright. Attack. 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 Raise defense. Okay, doesn't matter. Just doesn't matter at all. Okay. Focus. Attack. Attack. Raise defense. So that should be number 4, I think. Perfect target, love it. Right, attack. Keep going. Heal. And attack, because we have no focus left anymore. And now you can also just attack as well. So now we've done this, have we solved the puzzle? Yes! Okay, cool. So that was what the puzzle was. It was do that in the correct order. I'm very tempted to use Great Chakra. We can probably use it if we enter a fight though, which would probably be fine, I think. Yeah. Yeah, because we can use it on turn 1 of a fight. So as long as we don't get anything too difficult between here and the elevator, we should be fine. Top floor lore? Nope. Okay, 140. Well, this is going to move me into the center, or it's going to move... Oh, it's going to move me up there. Okay. Strong power. No. Don't be a trick. In that, don't just be our teacher. Let's go. Be a fight. It's all 3 of them.
We aren't letting you pass that easily. Do not underestimate us.
Oh, do I have to fight all 3 at once?
We 3 Moire sisters will
Spin, measure,
and snap your fate.
Oh, this is the real fight. Okay. Well, this is a pain. Okay, let's work it out. So middle applies buffs. Right applies... Right is ignorable, mostly. Except from the fact that they also... Yeah, okay, so middle applies buffs. Right uses Marin Karen, which is minorly annoying, and Mahama, which is at best helpful in this one. Left uses just generic damage. Okay, so I think Warcry is a great first move. It still does what we need it to do. Now they can also attack multiple times on their turns now, which they couldn't do previously, which is worthwhile noting. Pass. I didn't see anything about them that would remove effects from themselves, so we maybe want to Fog Breath twice on our turn. Yeah, Tetraja is maybe unnecessary, but still worth applying. Okay, create the shield. Raise defense, which I think is fine. Even if we get it lowered again immediately. Fog breath. We might actually be able to war cry twice as well. Yeah, maybe. Nice dodge. Raising magic attack is annoying. I didn't know you had that ability, but I can now start lowering these things. Let's do the same thing again, basically. So, lower. So that puts you down to a -3. Pass. Which one do I want to kill first? I want to kill you first, because you're a buffer. Yeah, I want to kill the buff first, I think. Yeah. That's fine. Unless they share a health bar, which they might. Raise defense. Fog Breath 2. Yeah, I think Fog Breath 2 is the right move here. Okay, so they've got -4 on the to hits. Now we get to see whether they have a removal for that. I don't think they do, though. Cool. We're getting dodges. That's what I like to see. Focus. Maybe we want to be using Heat Wave when we attack. As a potential thing to think about. Also, I probably want to be using things like Mabufula. I haven't tried Dismal Tune before. They block it. Well, it's good to know. Pass. Raise defense. Alright, so the AoE heal is annoying, but I mean, it's not that annoying. Okay. So. Attack. Nice. I guess I gotta use Marajon or Mabufula. Let's try Mabufula because it could potentially freeze. Which gives it an advantage, technically. I could also use Mazio. I think I'm gonna use Agidine though. Okay. Raise defense. I think this is number 4. Yeah, so we're now, I think, at max defense. Dia's fine. Okay, you're using a single target heal opposed to a multi-target heal for whatever reason. Good to know. 2 dodges, 2 blocks. Love to see it. Right, am I focused up? Nope. Alright, focus. Mabufula. Because that is as good as Zanma, basically. On just to multiple targets instead of one. Hit that one. I think we pass and then just attack. Yeah, I think we pass attack, right? Unless, actually no, I can use this as well. That's so much better. Okay. Big heal to a single target. Good to know. We also know that her heals are based upon, yeah, her heals are... I think we want to pass our turn. I was just thinking actually of a new strategy there. Yeah. Her heals are based upon the thing that's being attacked's health. So we now know roughly how much health the middle one has because she's moved up to the 2nd level of healing. Okay. The reason I wanted to skip turn, by the way, is so I can remove their defense before I attack with my focused up attack. Which I think makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Agidine. Now we remove the defense buff from them using Dekaja. Right. Oh, it also removes their attack buff, now that I think about it. And now we attack the center. Cool. Big heal. Lowers our defense down 1 tip, which is fine. It hit one of ours. Last focus. I probably do want to heat wave the last focus, probably. I can remove the negative effects, but I don't think it actually will do anything right now, based upon the previous discussion. Okay, I also don't think they can be frozen, but that's okay. I might pass and heat wave. Let's pass and heat wave. Sure. That didn't do nearly as much damage as I thought it would. That's fine. Okay. I was very worried for a second and realized we hadn't actually applied any of those effects to them. That's the wrong target, but hey, whatever. Works for me. Heal.
Elegant.
Just annoying, basically. Alright. Pass, because we can't do anything. Mabufula. Nice. Angedyne. Let's see. One of those. Then pass. Then Mabufula. Hey, we killed the middle one. Which has kind of done something odd to their character model, but that's okay. We need a heal at the end of this, but that's okay. Next one we get rid of is heal. Because that's just annoying. I think I can use Mabufula though and still be happy. Right. Agedyne. We must be close to killing it. And then I need to heal on this turn. Yeah. And then attack.
Elegant.
Okay. 2 turns. That's fine. I hate the double heal on your turns. That is actually just very annoying. But that's okay. I mean, if we just didn't bring in something that was weak to ice, we would probably be fine on that one. Right. I don't think I need to heal. So I could probably attack like this. Okay.
Elegant.
Single target heal, so she must be really low on health then. Because my logic is when she uses the single target heals, it means that that thing is significantly lower health than the other things, if that makes sense. Hit it. I should have used Agedyne, but that's okay. Heal.
Elegant.
Okay. That's fine. Fog Breath doesn't seem to be doing the same work it was at the start of the fight. It's probably just random chance coming into effect there that eventually, you know, even with a low dodge chance, even with a high dodge chance, you'll get hit. But anyway, it's fine. Pass. If I'm just going to basic attack, I should use the better basic attacker. Okay, maybe what she uses is just completely random and has no effect whatsoever of any kind of AI. Right, one of those. That's the last MP I had for that. Agedyne. Got her. Okay, so now we only have the one who's doing damage. Hey! Double block. Not that it matters, because I think she only gets 1 turn anyway. She should be near death. We have done a lot of AoE attacks, so... That's fine. Nice crit. Double block. Should heal at the end of this one, though. The nice thing about the Fog Breath, I just realized, is it does mean that we haven't missed as much. I can't heal. Pass. Heal. That's fine. And I should have used MP on my turn. I just realized I have a little MP I should use. Yeah. That's what I should have done on my turn. I don't have any MP. Okay, never mind. We'll use one of our 7 beads. Right. Got her. Didn't need to use beads. 5,000 experience. Hey, it's a level up. Another point in agility. This is indeed okay. Yes, it should be a full party heal. Yay! Not a party. But that's okay. We didn't get mana refill. We obtained the Majitama Dejed. Wait, I didn't get mana refill? I just realized that our Majitama isn't shaking. Oh, it's not shaking. Oh, well, I should be switched to something else then. Oh, this is the new one we just got, right? Dejed. So this is Null's Curse. Ooh, and it applies like tarot caches and stuff. I wonder if the final one is Heat Riser, which in other games is a full stat up. I don't know. It could be. Should we apply it? What's the stat difference? We lose a little bit of vitality, agility, and luck for a lot of magic. Oh, and it also tells me that Curse is mute and poison. It is shaking. There's nothing I want from it immediately, but I mean, it could be fine. I also want to use this eventually, but yeah, let's switch over. Yeah, that's fine. Do I have anything else that I need to do? No, so I'm assuming this light takes me up above. I have no... I suppose I should use this. I was gonna say I have no MP recovery, which I guess is true. So yeah, let's go. There's a light coming from above. Will you ascend? Yes. Oh, it was an elevator. Well, that'll be our teacher, upside down, with her head going into a pyramid.
Thank you.
What's weird about this is that it's brought back the same color palette for when you're speaking with your friends. I don't know if you've noticed it might just be in my imagination, but every time we speak to one of the friends or our teacher, we get kind of this soft yellow color palette, like just every single time for some reason. And it's not for every character, because when we speak to Hijara and Hikawa, they have they just have the environment's color palette. While this one, it's just kind of a little bit yellowy, a little bit sunshiny, kind of like sunset kind of palette. I don't know, maybe I'm just imagining things.
I don't know why, but I had a feeling you'd come and save me. It's funny. I remember telling you all these things about how you could rely on me, yet here I am, relying on you instead. Turns out I'm completely powerless. How can I expect to shape the world when I can't even shape my own life? All I did as the maiden was follow Hikawa's orders. He told me I'd be the pillar of the new world, but not like this.
So Hikawa has a sense of humor in that he literally built you into a pillar. Okay, good to know.
In the end, I was nothing but a tool for collecting Magatsuhi. I knew the conception would come at a heavy cost, the price of the world itself. I knew, yet I went through with it regardless. And as it stands now, the new world is going to be a far cry from what I'd hoped.
Yeah, it seems a little bit late, lady, for second thoughts, given that you've destroyed the previous world. It's not like we can just go back.
I dreamed of an ideal world where people were grateful to be alive. To be honest, I couldn't stand the way things were before. We claimed to want peace, yet nobody took any personal responsibility for the world's problems. We were selfish to the core. Not only that, we were miserable, though no one would admit it if you asked. Our indolence fed our complacence. And did anyone seek to better themselves or raise the bar for humanity higher? No, because they saw no value in it.
I just love comparing this to Persona and the messages the games are trying to say out. And this one's just like, everything is screwed. People are selfish, it's awful, it's horrible. And then Persona's got this like happy spin. And it's the same company, but it's like one's just depressing and edgy and the other one's like, hey, yeah, everything's gonna be alright. The power of friendship will get us through this. It's like, nope, there is no power of friendship. The world is gone. It's awful.
That's how I saw the world. In my mind, a world like that might as well one day blink out of existence. No wonder I got manipulated by Hikawa. But the battle isn't over just yet. The world is still being recreated. Its shape is not yet fixed. And I discovered a goddess who can set things right.
Oh.
Not even Hikawa knows of her existence. She was drawn here by the power of Magatsuhi. Surely she can teach me the reason for creation.
Fool who bears the name of freedom.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say the goddess isn't gonna give you too much information.
Under the light of liberty, your wrong shall be forgiven. I am Aradia. I have come from the far reaches of Amala. It is my duty to bestow freedom. Ask, and you shall be set free. If you deem yourself right, light will return to the world. But so will darkness. Pursue the way of creation. You yourself are a world too.
What?
Do not obey others. Do what you believe is right.
You received power from Aradia. You can now employ 2 additional demons. Okay.
This woman will soon recover her lost power. She will set forth on the path of creation, and I will guide her. Go, and see the world with your own eyes. From there will your creation begin.
Okay, I have no idea what's going on. Oh, it's you two again.
Aradia has entered this world. This can only mean trouble, my little master. You should be very thankful. My little master has given me permission to enlighten you.
Oh, please.
Listen closely to what I am about to tell you. The time of creation for this vortex world is near. War will erupt amongst those who spread their reason in hopes of shaping the new world. As a demon, you are forbidden to conceive your own reason.
Okay, so what he's saying is there's going to be a bunch of people fighting on different sides of the war for their own reason for recreating the world. You, as the main character, do not get to create your own reason because that is impossible to put into a game.
Which reason will you side with? Which will you oppose? Will the reason you choose persevere or fail? Your suffering is my little master's delight. Struggle as hard as you can. You are free to follow whichever reason you like.
Okay, so let me just go through the reasons that we have so far that I can think of. We have, yes, so we have Isamu's reason, we have Chiaka's reason, we have Ikawa's reason, we have our teacher's reason. The mantra, I don't think they have a reason anymore. I think they've kind of slipped off the road a little bit. We have the man downstairs reason, and we have God's reason, because we had like the angels coming to suggest that we should work with them, I guess, and then we have the guy in the wheelchair down in the labyrinth. Is that our 6 reasons? Because I think there are 6 endings. I don't know, I'm assuming the game will recap me at some point.
My only wish is that you do not disappoint my little master with a dull ending.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'll try my best. The child and the old woman have disappeared. The light is coming from above while you ascend? Yeah, sure, why not? Just go directly back to where we were. No one is here. Bong. Okay. Is there anything else up here? No? Well, guess I'll go back down again then. Is there anything else here? It does look like there's another box at the other side. Maybe it's a way back down to the bottom? A shortcut, maybe? Possibly. If we die to this next fight, I'm going to be very unhappy. No. Nice crit. And tornado. Cool. Well, I have Tetraja. Tetraja target the middle one, I think is our plan. Hit it. A little bit more. Got it, okay. Doesn't matter. The only move you have is a fire move, so we should be fine. Nice. No, get blocked. Okay, kill it. A new enemy appears. I think I can kill you with punching. Cool. That wasn't a 1000 XP fight, by the way. Just a random fight for 1000 XP right after a boss. Where am I? Floor 135. Okay. I know that there are items here. I'm kind of more interested in looting. Yeah, keep attacking. Okay. Yeah, I definitely see the items around. Maybe this is where one of the other routes we could have taken, because there was one elevator we didn't take, so maybe it takes you here. We haven't been on this floor before either. Is this taking us back? Is this taking us below where we were before? Wait, what's this? Why is it shut? Well, we're gaining some MP. We have to use Tetraja on the third character. Oh, who's also out of commission. We're gonna get frickin' killed by the one on the right, aren't we? I think we are. I think we're about to get evil gaze. Excuse me? that, I guess, is an instant kill light move. Just incredibly annoying, actually. Okay, I guess I'm gonna summon Pazuzu. At least you're high level. Well, can't summon anyone else. Pazuzu, by the way, is not immune to insta-kill. Or just acting strange. Cool. What have you got for me? Dark instant kill. Alright. Attack. Nice. Kill. We should have enough now of Pazuzu. Oh, we had enough anyway, because I guess I attacked it once. Oh, I used Mazio, didn't I? Yeah. Let's raise you to main party. Open door. If you fall from here, you will lose your life. You know how I said there was an extra elevator? You'll never guess where I think it goes to. I think the extra elevator goes there. Wonderful. I see light over there. Do you think it's real light or do you think it's trick light? It's trick light. Yeah, okay, it's light from there. It's not real light. As in, it's not light that will actually allow us to go anywhere. Right. Do I have an attract bell? Or not attract bell, the opposite? Nope. I do have the attract one, but I want the exact opposite. Am I healed? Yeah, I guess so. Kill it. Okay. New enemy appears. How many enemies are you gonna put in the final area? Kill it. And hit it. Very annoying. That's fine. Luckily, the pairings for these enemies are bad because that doesn't really do anything in that move. Why? We blocked it. Okay. I was so certain until I realized that we were gonna block. I was so certain I just got killed by the fact that that move existed, and that was going to be very annoying to me. Nah, you're blocked. No new enemies. I guess because my party's lower level, maybe my logic that I had from a long time ago falls in here. Like, if your party's lower level, you'll be attacked more. Okay. I just need to reach the elevator. What? No, I don't know what you are. I mean, I know we've seen you before, but I don't know what you do. Nice. Okay. Chakra drop. Cool. We're down. Are we healed? Yeah. Okay, let's go. Just trying to keep we're keeping at the edges there as much as possible. Reduce our runtime. Alright, we're down to this floor. Okay, we're almost there. Almost there. Eek, you're not really trying to kill me. I was only fooling around. I'll give you this life stone. Nah, screw it. You're dying. Right. Keep going. We're almost there. The save is right here. And we've reached it. Oh, save. Cool. Now what's the plan? The plan is to go to Asakusa and heal. That's the plan. Then we can figure out everything else once we're there. So, a little teleport. Then a mal link to Asakusa, which is where our friend is anyway, so he's going to tell us where everything is. There we go.
Hey! You did it! I could tell from here that the flow of Magatsuhi had returned to normal. Well, now that you showed the Neolo who the real demon is, Hikawa won't be able to make his move for a while. I think we can take a little breather. But how did you stop the nightmare system? Wasn't that Maiden operating it?
Yeah, well, about that. I saved her, I took care of her, I don't want to talk about it. Okay, interesting. I saved her is kinda true. I took care of her. Sounds like we killed her. I don't want to talk about it. Let's trust Hijiri. I saved her, I think, is the most accurate statement. I took care of her just sounds like we killed her. This one is just evasive, this one is close to the truth.
So, Hikawa was using her, huh? Who knows what she'll do now, but at least the nightmare system is dead. Oh yeah, I know it might seem like I'm making you do all the work.
That's because you are.
But I'm doing what I can. Let me share with you what I've found out so far, okay?
Okay. Go ahead.
Alright, listen up. To create a new world, you need a strong idea of what kind of world you want to make.
So this is the recap I was hoping for, which is very useful.
This idea is commonly referred to as a reason. Now, to acquire a reason, you have to receive divine protection from a god. And this is where the Magatsuhi comes into play. You need a large quantity of Magatsuhi in order to summon said god.
Okay.
That's why Hikawa, a human, was collecting Magatsuhi. Which reminds me, I met another human inside the Amala network just a minute ago.
This must be our friend Isamu.
It was some guy who used to be held captive by the mantra. Do you know him?
We're being truthful, I do.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, it seems like he's a full-on resident of the Amala network now. If you're unlucky, you can get swept away somewhere, or even worse, the network will straight up absorb you. But that's how it goes in this world, where one life doesn't amount to much, and human relationships are pretty much non-existent. Nonetheless, I can send you to where I met him if you want.
What was that noise? I don't know if you heard the extra sound effects that went off there. Yeah. See if it does it again. Yeah, you hear it right there when... Yeah. It's still making a noise, actually. You don't usually stand here, mate. You're freaking me out. Alright, let's heal. Then let's change our party up, so we'll return Pazuzu and Valkyrie to stock. They did a very good job of keeping us going. To bring back these two. Hello. The northern part of the city is restored, and now you can go inside. But we weren't the first ones here. Well, we're still pumped. I'm gonna help restore the city too. Oh, okay. Well, it's good to know. So the northern part of the city is restored, huh? Might be something to check out. Yeah, what is that noise in here? It's like a non-stop little, it sounds like someone's pushing something around with a broom. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Interesting. Anyway, I am going to end the episode here. Thank you for watching. Next time I think we're going to go check out the northern part of the city and then I guess go meet with our friend? Well, that's my plan anyway. So, Thank you for watching, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.